Everybody, welcome to Katie Moonchild's World. I'm Katie, and welcome to Saturday Solutions. If you're new here, thank you for coming. I hope you like what you hear and what you see. And if you are a return subscriber, you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. If it wasn't for all of you, both the new people and the subscribers, I'd have no reason for being here. I have a little bit of housekeeping that I want to take care of first, and then I'll explain how this reading works. First off, I want to thank very, very much Black Cat Tarot and my friend Rachel Hug for making the Lightworkers Roundtable a delightful and fun time on Thursday night. I had a blast. It was not according to plan, and it, well, just went with how it was. And you know what? I think it's the best Lightworkers Roundtable we've had so far. So I thank you, ladies, so much. And those of you in the chat, the conversation in the chat was even amazing. Thank you so much. You are such a wonderful family of people. I just had to say that. And thanks for giving me your time and for coming back week after week after week and time after time. I appreciate you and I love you very much. Now, how this reading works. What we look at here is we look at our current situation. That'll be this deck right here, which is the Mystical Shaman deck from Colette Baron Reed. Then the next one that we do is we look at what are our goals, our dreams, those things we're striving so hard for. And that we look at from the Shaman's Dream by Colette Baron Reed. Now, these are all oracle cards, you guys. There's no tarot involved in this reading whatsoever. Then we use the Enchanted Roadmap deck by Colette Baron Reed to see how to get from where we are to where we want to be. And then we see by that yeah, we got chakras that are spinning out of balance or blocked or they need some healing. So then we look at that and talk about crystals and affirmations and things that you need to focus on to help get those chakras back in balance, or that particular chakra back in balance. And then finally, we pull a card from Spirit. And it's just a general message for us going forward as we start our week. So the main thing I need for you to understand about this reading is the timing and the interpretation is as much open to you as it is to me. So if you see things that I don't mention or that I don't see, there's so much in these cards that we could be here for hours if I told you everything that I see in the cards as I'm looking at them. I just bring out the things that I am told are the important parts to see. If you see other things that are pertinent to you, or you think may be pertinent to the family, to the group, to us, to this wonderful, sweet community. I love you guys. You guys are so much fun. Put it in the comments. Share it. Share it with us. Share it with me. Let's get some interaction going. It doesn't always have to be going on in a live stream. I thank you. Anyway, let's get started. Let's find out what is our current situation. Now, this is from, like I said, the Mystical Shaman deck. I can't shuffle very well. I apologize. But these cards have been so shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. You get used a lot. Now I'm still having my hand pain, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. You do something a lot, the joints start to wear out. Amazing how that works. Mine aren't from necessarily from doing this. It's years and years and years of typing. Like well, ever since I learned how to use a typewriter. Okay, I'll date myself. Yeah, I had to take a typing class in high school. Not a keyboard class. A good old IBM Selectric. Electric. Yeah, typewriter. Yeah, no way to go back and take anything out once it's in there. Except using correction tape or corrective fluid. I don't even know if they even sell that stuff anymore. Anyway, what's our current situation? Let's take that card. Oh my goodness. And of course, this is always for entertainment purposes only, because that's what we're here for. We're here for fun. Okie dokie. We've had this card before. We'll put it in the spotlight spot. The corn. What do we have happening tomorrow? Ah, just a new moon. Just a new moon. If you live in the north where it's just starting to thaw out, this card is saying, I hope you have seedlings ready for your gardens. Because you're getting a late start, or later start. Maybe not exactly later than normal start on the growing season. And as usual, this is our time to make sure we have plenty of abundance, and we're concerned about having abundance in the fall. We need to come out of that concern. That's this darkness down here in this corner. Only darkness you need to see here in this situation as far as food and stuff goes is, what can I grow at home for me? You know, there's a lot of vegetables. Even if you live in an apartment, you can get a grow light and you can grow lettuce. You can grow microgreens. There's a lot of things that you can grow besides herbs. And I mean cooking herbs. But yeah, you can grow medicinal herbs too. But you have the right kind of situation. Maybe you've got a room that you don't use, or a section of your garage that you can section off and start growing squash and all kinds of stuff like that under grow lights. They make some amazing lights for that now that aren't expensive, that don't drive up, because they're LED, they don't drive up your electric bill. See, this corn isn't quite ready yet. That's why these birds are flying on. If this is trouble, it's moving on. It's on the move out. This being a new moon also has to do with seeds. Because just stop and think about it. If you're a little critter out there and you survive on hunting at night for those seeds that haven't germinated or done anything yet, but they're getting ready to pop, on a new moon, there's no moon. It is so dark, those little critters can't see those seeds. Well, this new moon happens to be really special because it's also a lunar eclipse. And it's the second new moon of the month. Now, it's fascinating that because April has 30 days instead of 31 or 28 days, we had a new moon on the 1st of April, April Fool's Day, and we're having a new moon on the last day of April, the 30th. I find that fascinating that we came into April and got getting escorted out of April with new moons, which are in ways to, start your intentions. Write them down. Make a list of them. Tear them into little pieces. And then burn them. Send them out to the universe. All those hopes and desires. Send it out to the universe with the smoke. Doesn't take long. Doesn't have to take long. Or it can take, make it a full musical, drums and dance under the moon that you can't see. Now, not being able to see, in the northern hemisphere, we won't be able to see with our own eyes any part of this eclipse, but that doesn't mean it won't affect you. It affects the energies of the magnetic pull of the earth. You know how the moon causes the fluctuations with the water? Well, gee, that could be partly because there's more water mass on this planet than there is soil mass on this planet. And when I say soil mass, I mean sand, dirt, mountains, rock, all that. The mineral part. The dry mineral part. So of course the moon is going to have an effect on us. We are made of water and salt predominantly. Yeah, we got other chemicals in us too, but those are the two main ones. So yeah, the moon's going to have an effect on us too. So anyway, let's see. Sorry, my neighbors are building something. Hammer, hammer, if you can hear that. It's all right. It's been really warm here lately. What are our dreams, our goals? Where do we want to be, please? Where do we want to be, please? Tell us where we want to be, right? That one, okay. I don't know that this is where we want to be, but it's fascinating to me. Also on this card, the number 10. It's the end of a cycle. It's completion. It's a renewal. And this is new to us. This 2,000-year-old cycle is coming to an end, y'all. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. So I don't know about you. Are you feeling a little lost in space? Needing more direction? And we're looking for it in the wrong place. We keep looking for direction and help in other people. In people like me. How much money do you spend in 1 month on just needing to know things? Just wanting to have an idea of what's going to happen next. Because things have been so crazy. So that's what we're using to get our direction. That doesn't work. This is a number 9. This is a card of attainment. This is a card of fruition. This is nearing the end of a cycle. We are so busy looking outside for our help and our directions and feeling like we're lost out there in space. when we actually have the world and everything that happens in it, on it, and around it in the palm of our hands. Believing in that is the first step in a direction. It's a forward direction. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in your ability. That's what we want. We don't want to be lost in space anymore. So how do we get from this being affected so much by change? Because that's the major thing about this new moon, is it's going to usher in fast change. This is the time to really focus on what you want, not what you don't have or what you're worried about, because that's what you're going to bring about right now. So if you're worried about not having enough money for something, you're going to bring about not having enough money for something. Stop that negative thinking. Your thoughts are louder than your spoken words to the universe. That's your first step in direction. First step in your direction is to look inside yourself. Stop looking outside. Outside's going to take care of itself. The only reason that things happen outside you like they do is because people aren't paying enough attention to themselves. They too are paying so much attention to what everybody else is doing or not doing that they're lost in space. How? Oh boy. Okay. That's an amazing card. This is our map, how to get there. First of all, water usually flows in one direction. It doesn't go to the east in the morning and to the west in the evening. It always flows one direction or the other, even under the full moon. Under a new moon, it affects the tides. This stream right here is telling you, here where you're concerned about having enough, being enough, the rest of this year, tomorrow. You're so concerned about that you need direction, and we're lost in space. This is not our goals. This is still part of where we are here. And this card is telling us how to fix it. This card is telling you to get in the flow. Stop being this bird standing on the bank, watching this magical water flow past you, watching life's abundance flow past you. At some point, to get a piece of that, to get a part of that, to be a part of that abundance, you have to get in the flow of the water. You have to let all this grounded worry, you have to let it go so that you can find your direction. The direction is how the direction of flow goes on your path, not anybody else's path. That's why you can't find answers in the outside. Because where you're looking is you're looking at how other people live their lives. Well, how other people live their lives is appropriate for them and the path they've chosen, not for you and the path that you have chosen. So that's something to really seriously contemplate. Think about that. Just stop and think a minute. Now, obviously, we have something going on with our chakras. We got a chakra out of balance somewhere. Which chakra do we need? You know that's magical waters, not just because it says it in the bottom of the card, but look at the tree growing out of the top of that pillar that the water is coming out of. Here's one for you. Did that water create the pillar, or did the pillar crack open so the water could come out of it? That's magical waters. Those are the waters of life. So if those are the waters of life, it's nourishing the tree of life. Interesting. In the card of the day yesterday, one of the memes that goes with it was what the image, the tree of life means, like the Celtic tree of life. It is the placenta and the umbilical cord to the baby, to the child, before it is given, before it is born. It is the tree of life. The placenta. Now, if that doesn't say women are the womb of the universe, nothing does. As above, so below. What chakra needs to be? Please. Yeah. That was me. That is me. Put these cards back. Yes. It's a self-esteem card. Oops. And it's the solar plexus. How's your self-esteem been lately? Had a good conversation about not feeling worthy the other day. And no one, sure, we have people in our lives that have huge effects on us, but no one has more of an effect on us than ourselves and our self-esteem. And when that is out of balance, your solar plexus, first of all, that's your gut, you guys. It's like right just above your belly button. It's your self-esteem. Haha, yeah, that's where we're lacking. It's your desire. No wonder we get lost in space, needing direction for our desires. What are our desires, our dreams, and our goals? We're lost in space. We need direction because our sacral chakra is out of balance. The solar plexus is out of balance. I don't know why I always do that. Anyway, it's your personal power. Your instincts, it's your gut feelings. It's your confidence. Of course, if it has to do with self-esteem, it's going to have to do with confidence. It's standing in your power. Yeah, you have power. You may not think you have, but hey, we're in a completion, you guys. Things are coming to fruition to a point where they're going to change. We can't go back. You can't correct anything. You can't slow it down. You can't prevent it, and you can't resist it. That magical stream is going to take us along, even if it's kicking and screaming. So when this solar plexus is balanced, you feel centered, confident. Like I said, you stand in your personal power. You have strong decision-making skills. And manifesting just comes to you. Because you're positive, you have more of a positive look on things. And because you have that positive look on things, people are going to look to you for direction. So you have great leadership qualities and inner strength. You don't look outside for answers. You know it's in your inner strength. It's in your solar plexus. When it's out of balance, you can't sleep. You've got insomnia. You have a lack of concentration. You doubt even your gifts, whether that's a gift of money, physical gift, or whether that's a spiritual gift. You're uncentered. You don't feel grounded. You're mentally exhausted. You feel like you're powerless. You can't do anything. Why do I even care? Kind of a situation. And you're stressed. And don't realize that with me, I don't notice that I'm stressed until all of a sudden my stomach gives me hell. And that usually happens when the stress is finally relieved. And the stress always is relieved. So it's silly to get stressed because this too really does pass. Now the crystals to use for this, to help with this, are citrine, amber, tiger's eye, and pyrite. You know, fool's gold. If you have any of those crystals, any of them, put it in your pocket. Stick it, if it's small enough to put in your bra, put it in your bra. Put it near your entryway at your door when you come in. Some of those you have to be careful putting in windows because the sunlight will fade them out. But tiger's eye, put tiger's eye in your window. It will ground you. It'll ground any energy coming in your house through the window, or leaving your house through the window. These affirmations, I want you to tell yourself in the mirror this week. And I do mean this week. Every day this week. And if you want to, write them down and do the 3-6-9 method. Where in the morning you write your affirmations down 3 times. Then at lunchtime you write them down 6 times. And then before you go to bed, you write them down 9 times. Each time releasing what you write to the universe. It's a great way to manifest. Anyway, tell yourself, I'm strong and courageous. I honor myself because if nothing else, where you are today, what you've been through to get where you are today deserves honor. You've been a warrior to get here. You're worthy of kindness and you're worthy of respect just because of the experience that got you here today. Tell yourself, I love and I accept myself for who I am. It is such a relief to stop trying to be something somebody else expects you to be. Because you'll never be successful at that. You'll always be trying. You're uncentered. You are exhausted. So, you know, you need to tell yourself, I trust my decision making. And if your decision is telling you, if that is telling you you need to rest, you need to stop, you need to take a breather, honor that. That's a part of honoring yourself. Honor that and do that. Okay? That will help get you back in track and where you're listening to your gut again. So, Spirit, this has been a good reading, really good reading. We're being that bird standing on the side of the river, and that's the river of life, y'all. You can't really live till you get in it. So are you going to just tiptoe out there and then just stand in place so that the waters can eat away at you? Or are you going to dive in and let those waters take you away? Your choice. Your path. And you can't make that choice until you have confidence in yourself and feel that you're worthy of such a choice. You are no longer a watcher. You are not simply a doer either. Now you must integrate them both and become you. Integrate what you've seen as a watcher with the skills you have earned. With the skills that you have earned as the doer. That's you. Combined, that's you. That's integrating your ego with your spirit and consciousness. That's not shutting one or the other out. It's finding that balance between the two. Thank you, Spirit. What's your message for us today? Oh, wow. What an amazing card. This card is telling us to be the peacekeeper. That's the white buffalo calf woman, y'all. And the peace pipe. This is part of the great purification, the prophecy of the great purification. This card is telling us where we have to turn for some answers. And it's turning to spirit. It's turning to spirits. Nature spirits. Our ancestors' spirits. And each other's spirits. The spirits of the animals. And of the things you cannot see. The things that are among us that we are not aware of yet. And to do this, you have to stop letting ego tell you you have to be right. Who cares? Most people don't care if you're right. Only you do. So to keep the peace, let go of that need to be right. Inhale the smoke of the peace pipe and find your calm. You find your calm. It quiets the ego. And when the ego is quiet, you can let go of so many things. Because when the ego is quiet, so is resistance. In most of our lives, that's what we struggle with. Resistance that we place on our energy and our choices and the results of those choices. I turned over the bottom card and I have to share it with you because I got the Moon card. Once again, I'm going to remind you, and Spirit is reminding you, the power of the moon tonight. If you can, go outside in that very deep darkness. You will find the stars are really bright on a new moon. Because the light of the stars don't have to compete with this moon. It doesn't have to compete with the light of the moon. This card is telling us to take note of intuitive messages tonight, today, this week. They're important because they're keys to your direction that you're looking for. Now they could come in numbers, like multiple numbers. And it can come in areas where you least expect it. Wow. That's a reading for today. I thank you guys. Wow. Oh, that's a message and a half. Stop worrying so much about if you're going to have enough. Because that's your ego. You've got to calm your ego. We've got to calm our ego. And so that we can just go with the flow. Stop resisting so much. You know, when you fight against stuff like change, even if it's major change, career change, house change, whatever, it's okay. Because that's the only thing in life that's constant. Nothing else in your life is going to stay except change. Change will always come. Everything that you count on will change, including yourself. So it isn't trying to control change itself. Try to control how you act according to the changes. Adapt to them. Go with them in the flow. Stop trying to be the dam in the water, the biggest rock in the rapids. Even the biggest rock in the rapids gets worn down to that pebble that tumbles on down the river. So everything changes, even stone. I'll leave you with that thought. I love you very much. We'll see you on Wednesday, which is our Let's Chat. Let's do short personal readings. They're free. Come join me. You're all very welcome. That's a live stream, and I take questions and requests from the chat. And then Thursday is the Lightworkers Roundtable, where I have guests every Thursday. It's also a live stream, but it's more of a discussion kind of a live stream. We do pull a card at the beginning, and to just kind of give us a message on how to start. And if we feel like it, we may pull a card or two or three at the end. But it is how to learn how professional card readers, people who dive into all kinds of positive and negative energy up and down all day long when they do readings for people, or even if it's doing readings on a live stream for YouTube, that does drain your energy. And so Spirit asked me to start doing this live stream so we can learn different things that we can try to do for ourselves when our energy gets low. And you know your energy gets low, because I sure do get a lot of cards that talk about when you need to rest, rest. So this week, when you need to rest, rest. And when you come across people, be kind. Be kind to one another. And most of all, the reason you need to rest is because you need to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye now.